Alright, y'all. What's going on, y'all? We got another video from Jimmy Highroller, the most unguardable player in the NBA. And I see Bruce Brown hugging. It's got to be Joker, right? It's got to be a video about Joker. I'm just going to say it. It's got to be about Joker. Come on now. This man's been on an absolute tear this entire playoffs. This dude is insane. We're going to check it out, y'all.
If I told you just a couple years ago that
that's
there would be
KD.
a player who in one postseason would eliminate
I still feel like
LeBron
it's not
James,
Joker.
Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and Jimmy Butler averaged a 30-point triple-double while taking a franchise to their first NBA Finals and breaking multiple records in the process, would you even believe me? That sounds like one of the greatest runs in NBA history. And that's because it is. Today's video is sponsored by Draft.
I like that music. That little instrumental. It's pretty cool. That instrumental is pretty cool. I like it.
Sportsbook. In terms of offensive brilliance, LeBron James set the gold standard for what is possible in the postseason, piling up an offensive box plus minus of 12.8 back in 2009. This record has yet to be broken, and it may never be, because the next closest playoff run in terms of offense was Michael Jordan in 1991, Michael Jordan again in 1990, and then LeBron James again, and then Michael Jordan again, and then our friend Nikola Jokic, and then more Michael and LeBron. You won't even find another name on this chart until we get down to the 11th best offensive postseason in NBA history with Stephen Curry in 2017. But Michael, LeBron, and Steph are possibly the three greatest offensive players of all time. So what does that make Nikola Jokic? Well, among the career playoff leaders in offensive box plus minus, you'll find the greatest offensive weapons the game has ever seen. Magic Johnson, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, and Michael Jordan. So far this postseason, Jokic has managed to...
This man is second? This man is second in box plus minus? He's number 2? Oh my goodness. Or offensive box plus minus? Number 2? Ooh.
Accomplish something that was previously thought to be impossible.
Dang.
The playoffs in points, rebounds, and assists.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Been done before. But
Wow.
somehow this accumulation of
Never
stats
been done
is
before.
not that surprising. The man is getting triple-doubles
Wow.
like they grow on trees. I've seen the name Nikola
Yeah,
Jokic
for real.
next to the words triple-double so much this season, I almost forgot they were really hard to achieve.
Look at that stat line.
Nikola Jokic now has 10 triple-doubles this postseason alone, which is more playoff triple-doubles than all but 5 NBA players have ever achieved in their entire career.
That's
now,
insane.
A big burling center like Nikola Jokic is supposed to be really good around the rim. Among players with at least 1,000 career playoff shot attempts, Jokic ranks second all-time in effective field goal percentage. As impressive as this is, I kind of expected it. But you know what I didn't expect? Among players with at least 1,000 career playoff shot attempts, Jokic also ranks second
To be high up there.
in three-point percentage. Now, before you go and pick your jaw...
What? Bro, this man is a leader in everything, bruh. This man is leading in every stat. There's no way. There's no way, right? This man's leading in every stat, bro. This man's like top 5 in like all the playoff stats, basically. This man dominates the playoff stats. He's second all time in 3-point percentage for the playoffs. Minimum 1,000 playoff shot attempts. What? He's second?
Off the floor, I must also tell you that among high-volume playoff
That's
shooters,
insane.
there are only 2 players in NBA history who have career splits of 50, 40, 80. Kawhi Leonard and Nikola Jokic.
Wow.
Jokic is really good at everything. So how do you stop him?
He just does everything.
What would most players do in this situation? Jokic is sandwiched between a double team, but he's got a few options. Does he A, lob it up for Jeff Green, who's got a man sealed off? B, swing it to Jamal Murray at the top of the key? Or C, float it above Bam and attempt to knock down an 8-footer?
Or pass to Christian Brown. Yep.
He does none of those things, and instead slips a pass to a cutting Christian Brown for an easy dunk. One of the best ways to describe Jokic's game is that he makes it difficult for his teammates to even make a bad play. If you are open, he'll find you.
He gets them open.
Like
they just know where to be.
Gets the mismatch on Butler in the high post. Kyle Lowry sees this, and so he signals Highsmith to double him. Oh, right away.
I love how he's bringing in like actual like game footage of this stuff and how he's like talking us through this stuff. I like that a lot.
You can see Highsmith doesn't want to commit to the double. He knows it's a bad idea because even with his man on the other side of the court, he knows Jokic can just easily do
Look at this.
But in some cases,
he didn't even reverse pivot. He like faked the reverse pivot.
This turns into about the easiest 2 points you'll see in the finals.
Still threw it.
In terms of offensive value, one thing we have trouble measuring is a player's gravity. When a player becomes a perpetual threat on offense, they leave the defense with no choice but to pick their own poison. All the great players have this effect to some extent, but the gravity Nikola Jokic imposes on the opposing defense is like some sort of black hole, pulling everything within his vicinity in against their will. On this play, Murray uses the pick and finds a rolling Jokic at the center of the defense. Once Jokic gets the ball here, Miami's already failed on this defensive possession. Look around the court. Highsmith is the only defender within 8 feet of his man. Miami is so consumed with stopping Jokic at the point of attack that they leave him with 3 open options from which he can choose from.
That's insane. Like I've been saying,
from just a few possessions later.
He just draws so much attention,
but
man.
Jokic gets the ball at the center of the defense again. And this time, instead of completely collapsing, the Heat play the passing lane, and Jokic gets a wide open floater. What exactly are they supposed to do in this situation? And this gravity that Jokic imposes on the defense has a reverse effect on his team. One of the many negative side effects to ISO-heavy ball is that even if the player getting the majority of the shots is the best option, it completely disincentivizes his teammates from moving without the ball. And now, since they're less willing to run around and make cuts for what feels like no reason, these teammates end up standing around even more, leading to them being open even less, leading to an
making them easier to guard,
passing even less, and it just snowballs until your offense is completely stagnant. But when Jokic has the ball, his teammates are engaged, knowing that if they get open,
they trust Joker. It's that trust factor. It's that chemistry. It's that trust factor, man. It's that chemistry and that trust factor. And it takes time to get used to playing with a guy like that who's so unselfish and can just find their teammates like that. It takes time, but once you learn how to play with a guy like that who just makes everyone else better, it's like you know when to cut. You just know when to cut. You know where you're going to get your shots because you know how your teammate plays the game. You know that your teammate, while Joker can go and get his own bucket 1v1, he can also just like, he also knows like, if someone's going to come double me, I know someone's going to be wide open. You know, he just knows that, and his teammates are aware of the fact that they're going to get open shots because Joker draws so much attention. So it's a trust factor. It's a trust factor. And it takes time, you know? It takes time.
He will find them. Like this,
but they got that chemistry.
Jokic sets a screen for Murray and seals Butler off. Jamal Murray looks to feed Jokic the ball, but look in the corner. Michael Porter Jr. is already cutting to the basket, and Jokic doesn't even have the ball yet. Porter instinctively knows that if he gets open, Jokic is going to find him.
He just knows.
Basic motions any team will go through depending on the set.
He just knows, man.
Can still execute the pass that leads to the layup.
And he still somehow made that pass over Bam.
If he is a threat to score the ball. Unfortunately for the Heat, he's really good at that too. Have you ever seen a player get a reluctant 41 points? It's not fancy, it's not loud, half the time it doesn't even look good. And yet no one has found a way.
There's my middle school principal.
Everyone knows just how incredible Jokic
Principal
is
Zeller.
Creating offense with his pass. But I don't think the magnitude of this skill set is emphasized enough. Shaquille O'Neal holds the title as the most dominant player of all time. He couldn't hit a free throw, he wasn't the type to survey the floor for open teammates, but none of that mattered because there wasn't a soul on earth that could guard him. But what if Shaq could knock down his free throws? What if he was one of the greatest playmakers of all time? What if he could hit threes? He'd probably have been the greatest player to ever touch a basketball, right? Well, in the 2000 playoffs, Shaq had the greatest postseason run of his career, averaging nearly 31 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 assists on 57% shooting. This was
Wow.
his masterpiece.
Oh
Now
my
take a look
gosh.
at Jokic's numbers from this postseason. Shaq was one of a kind because
That's a
he
tear.
was so unstoppable
On a
that he
tear.
didn't
Oh
need
my
any variance
gosh.
in his game. But right now, Nikola
Look at
Jokic
Joker,
is
man.
dominating the game like a prime Shaquille O'Neal while shooting 47% from three, while hitting 80% of his free throws.
Look at that free
while
throw difference.
orchestrating the offense nearly every single possession.
It's ridiculous.
Jokic is becoming one of the most lethal offensive weapons the game has ever seen.
It's ridiculous.
And he's doing it in a way that only he could. Among the greatest offensive players of all time, here's a chart of their best playoff runs in terms of points generated. That's points a player created through both scoring and assists. 30 is the threshold here, but most all-time greats surpass that total. KG, Barkley, and Carmelo all had playoff runs where they generated about 35 points a game. Dwayne Wade is the first player on this list to crack 40 points generated per game in a playoff run. Giannis, Kareem, and Steph all had runs averaging about 42
KD,
points generated per game.
Harden,
Keep climbing, and you'll find the 9
Luka.
players who surpassed the coveted 45 mark, and only 6 of them did it in the modern NBA. Allen
Wow.
Iverson's best playoff run that came in
MJ
2001,
way up there.
Luka in 2022,
Magic.
Jordan in 1990,
LeBron.
Magic in 1986, LeBron in 2018,
Look
and
at
Nikola
LeBron.
Jokic this season, creating more offense than any player in any season ever.
Wait. What? Hold on. I'm gonna rewind just a tiny bit. Hold on.
18 and Nikola Jokic this season, creating more offense than any player in any season ever.
Bro, that is insane. Creating more offense than any team ever. Any team ever. That is just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. I want to see what people are saying in the comments. Jokic is a true team player. Man doesn't demand the spotlight. Raises the entire team up. Strategic mind is superb. Incredible athlete. Last chart was historic. Sports media refuses to give this man his flowers. Got chills at the end. He's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, we are literally watching history. We are literally watching history. This dude is just, he's making history with what he's doing, man. I mean, like, 30-point triple-doubles in, what did he say? Like, he's had over 10 triple-doubles in these playoffs, I think, right? He had, like, over 10, I think. And, like, bro, it's just ridiculous. This man just dominates the game. He's so dominant in so many different ways. He can score, he can pass, he shoots it. You can't stop the dude. You can't stop him. 1v1, he's so big that you get him 1v1. If you have to guard him 1v1, he's going to score. Unless you double. And if you double, he's just going to find somebody. It's pick your poison, man. It's pick your poison with this dude. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. I'll catch you on the next one.